Can I help you? No. It's gonna be a foot race. Oh, he's quicker than me. I just ran up the little hill between the two sheds. I'm out of breath, so I'm not very fit. Right guys, good morning. Welcome back to the farm. It's a Monday morning here. We've just done all the feeding, bedding up, morning routine work. All the cows are out here having a bit of a chomp. It's been a bit of a busy weekend for calves. Dr. Phil and Craig were here this weekend, so I'll just show you. We did have 5 in here. They've just gone out that door and down to the what we call the beef shed with Craig and John. We'll go there in a minute. But we're probably going to hoik a bit of this dung out, rebed this, make it all fresh again. And then these 4 here. So we got that's a second calver, heifer, and this is an old cow. She's 8 years old, so that must be a 6th or 7th calf. So those 4 have calved over the weekend. We've also had 2, or 1 overnight and 1 this morning. So there's another heifer there with her little calf. He's very fresh, he's still wet. And then there's a cow and calf in the middle pen there. And there was another cow that was looking to start calving, so whether she is calved yet or not. But we just had one of our tagging sessions. So you might have seen on the beginning of the last video, we used the AgriWeb app to do all our tagging. John does the tagging, so we've got a blank management tag, we've got a BCM, well, the numbers on both tags. We've got one that we can write on in the corner of here there. So we've got the bull's name, mother's number, calf's number. Got a little white tag in her ear, which means she's an F5 heifer, which is a pure breed stabilizer. So that's the same for all the heifers. The bull calves, so there's this little guy down here, they don't get a white tag because they're not going to be potentially kept for breeding, but his mother is an F5 because she's got a white tag. And then this girl here, because she's an older cow, she doesn't have an EID tag, so we stuck a blank one in her, which is going to be really handy. So now that anytime she comes through the crush and we want to do treatments to her, or we TB test her, or anything at all, if we move her from pen to pen, we can just blip them with the True Test wand using the AgriWeb app, and we can do everything on there, which is on the cloud-based system. It will then ping it to the office so Bruce can see what's going on. It just streamlines everything because we have some cows that got tags and some that haven't. Can I help you? No. It's gonna be a foot race. Oh, he's quicker than me. He's quick for a little boy. Managed to sneak his way under the gate. What do you reckon, cows? What a day, look. Beautiful. Bit chilly this morning, but don't mind that. It's nice now, sun's out, grass will be growing. He's had my pants down, he has.
Faster than you.
Oh, I'll tell you what, he beat me in the sprint up the straight bit there. It's old Floppy here. It's a good job that's a bull calf, John, because I wouldn't breed from it if it wasn't. It's our little mini mate that was born in the dung passage. A bit of fun and games, isn't it? So Craig and John just ran these cows and calves here down the slope, and the calf must have gone out the shed and turned right instead of turning left. John's calf delivery service.
He's making all sorts of noises. Go on, buddy. Oh yeah, well done. Oh yeah, I forgot that.
Happy now?
It's like when a mate of mine, his mum was out shopping, and she got up to like the greengrocers. Remember, she'd left him in the post office.
Oh, dear.
In the pram.
Right, happy families. Craig's just having out with the handler some of the dung along the front there. So I might be helpful and jump on a pitchfork a minute. What we need to then do is clean all these pens out here that these cows have been in. Freshen them up, ready for some new ones. Come on in, heifers, come and lie down. Anybody calving? No? One there's added up. That one there's added up a lot. They're all going to go now soon. There's a couple that haven't got any added, like this one. The bull only had 8 weeks with them full stop, so it's going to be a pretty tight calving pattern, which is good. We're due to start on the 7th, which is tomorrow, but we've had 9 already, so calving's begun. Grace just dropping some straw in. We'll tuck it in with a fork.
Gets in my belly button.
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it?
I'm going to attempt bedding up with a squeeze.
I had the wrong socks on yesterday. It was a thick pair of those JTB ones, and all the little needles from the straw just all day just giving me grief.
You'd rather have it like this and spread around behind.
Well, yeah.
Concrete block.
Yeah, but you can do bugger all with it. Yeah, cheers.
Oh, he has got. He has got, man. Chill it.
Hello, sweetheart. We're fighting. Whose cab is it?
Wanting to go in.
I'll come too, yeah. Come here, cows. Come here, cows. Right, so what John's doing at the moment is we've moved these cows down to what we call the beef shed, up from the dairy shed. So they've all calved, and they're well acquainted with their calves and everything, and they come down here. And then what we would normally do is say to Mel, we've moved these cows, you have to go and find all their tags and various things, and their calves and find all their tags, and write down a bit of paper and say we've moved them from the dairy shed to the beef shed, pen 16. Whereas now with the AgriWeb app, we can just bring down the stick reader, or the blipper as we call it, start a session on AgriWeb, blip every animal, or read every animal, so there should be 10 in this session that John's doing for these cows and calves. And then on the app, you can do a movement record from the dairy shed where they are, and select beef shed 16, which is this pen here. And then it's all done, it's all on the cloud, it's all saved. Can't lose the information. We will tell Mel as well, she actually can take the information off the stick, so she can plug that into the computer. She can see that the session, whatever number it is all these 10 animals, and they've come down to this pen. One cow over here that had a prolapse, she hasn't calved yet, so she's been stitched up behind by the vet. Which just means we have to keep a bit of an eye on her, so that when she shows signs of calving, or when she gets close to calving, we've got to take the stitch out the back end of her to allow her to calve. Hello 97, how are you? Me? Always come up to say hello, but you don't like me saying hello to you. So we've got some cows down here that are going to calve late. We've also got some cows down here that aren't in calve. What will probably end up happening is they'll go away to an off farm where we've got a building. We'll need the space down here for cows and calves. They're in calves, so they'll go up there next time you run them down.
That's a mixture of ones we kept over and heifers that didn't get in calf.
So they're all empty.
Saved.
Yeah. So they'll go up to the off farm.
Yeah, which I didn't really want to do. But
No. I don't think we're going to have a choice. No. Right, so I'm back up in the calving shed now. I just ran up the little hill between the two sheds. I'm out of breath, so I'm not very fit. These are all ones that have calved over the weekend. You saw them earlier. And we moved the heifer and her calf into that end pen. If she's alright, which I think she is, and that calf's sucking on her, we'll put her in with this lot. That will make another group then tomorrow that we can run down to the other shed. We'll clean all that out so it's ready for any more new arrivals. That sort of thing, once calving starts, doesn't really stop then. Now we've had a few in the last couple of days. I think that'll be it. Calving will be underway. What are you thinking about, heifer? Oh. Oh my. Quite friendly, aren't you? We've come to say hello. We've got you a new housemate coming.
Here you go.
Quite good. Right, next job on the list. We're running a couple cows out down here, around the corner, into what we call a little isolation pen on the end. This is one of them, so she's shut in the passageway on her own at the minute. And she came back positive on a blood test for Yonis. So on that last TB test, we blood tested all the breeding animals for Yonis. And this one, plus one other that John's going to bring around from the other side, actually tested positive. The next thing to do is to retest them, because you get a degree of false positives. I'm not saying they are false positives, but we'll isolate them so they're on their own, because we don't want Yonis cows near newborn animals, because that is the easiest time for them to transfer the disease. So we'll isolate them and retest them, and we'll go from there. Come on, cows. Good girls. I mean, to be fair, they are trying to stick to the pedestrian walkway.
Well, yes. They've done their IHASCO training.
Yes, they've done their...
Just home for the time being.
Right, so they will live in there until they've been... I guess they'll be tested again.
We'll dung sample these.
Yes.
Because they failed their... Well, I think they failed their blood test, so then you'll dung sample them to see if they have actually got it.
Yeah.
I don't...
I was saying there's a degree of false positivity around
there is. It's not an exact yes or no.
Right, we're going to pick up this dung here that we've left in the passageway. John's going to bring some in with the scraper tractor. We're going to have a good old clean out, set it up again, ready for some more calves. Can't get around there on a loaded tractor, I'll tell you that much. Right, hopefully you can see if I put you in over here, that's all cleaned out, and we put some hydrated lime down. So it's quite easy, just drag it all out this end. Drag it around to here like you saw, and we'll pick that up and take it away with a bucket. We'll then, using the clean bucket, bring up some straw and rebed all those pens. Keep thinking that heifer's going to calve there, but she's not. Right, so we've got a clean bucket of straw on here. What I'm going to do is just carefully reverse back through the pens now, and John will take off whatever he wants for each pen as we're going. It's very, very narrow in here. As you can see in the mirrors, we are right up against those bars. On that side we've got drinkers to miss. I'll have to go and get a little bit more straw. Right, all ready for the next willing volunteers.
Whoever they might be.
Yeah.
Good.
All ready for the next cows to calve. Right, just to finish off the day and also the video, come down to feed some of our silent sheep that are on the farm platform here at North Wyke. They're in what we call small ruminant facility, which is actually a bloody massive great shed that houses a few sheep. So these are the blues, and the ones over the other side are the greens. So they have their own individual silage. So I do want to take a sample of every time I feed, so I'll do that quick, and then I'll show you the biocontrol. Right, so these guys will start lambing in about 5 weeks time, middle of March, perhaps 6 weeks time. So we keep them in 4 different groups. So we've got singles, doubles, triplets and quads, just to make it easier, so when we can feed the triplets and quads a bit more when we get a bit closer towards lambing. We've also got a pen of some lambs over there we're trying to feed and get rid of either fat or stores. So there's a mixture of green and blue farm platform animals in these control pens. They basically have doors that open with their EID tags, and you can monitor how much they are eating through these bins. So they're constantly weighing the food you put in, so you can do all sorts of feed intake trials in here. They've also got now as well small versions of the green feeds like we have at Rowden for the cattle. So you put, I think it's grass nuts in here, and the same sort of thing, there's a sensor inside that takes a sample every time they're eating. I don't know an awful lot about the trial that's going on there, so can't really give you any information because I don't know it. What we do have to do when we feed the green or blue animals down here with the wagon is just split out some food for them in 2 separate piles, so the guys running the control can keep all these fed. The animals that are in there will come out of those pens before lambing time starts, just to make sure none of them are lambing in there and that they're all lambing in here where we can keep an eye on them. The shed's got a couple cameras in, same as the dairy shed, so we can check on this pen or this shed at all times, even when we're at home. I'm going to go and feed the sheep across there. I hope you found that interesting. I'm sorry I can't give you any more information. I can try and find out if people want to know more about it. But I'm about to run out of battery, so I'll say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. Loads of links in the description for my other forms of social media, and also for merch, hats, hoodies, gilets, whatever you want. And yeah, I'll see you guys on another video very soon. Cheerio.